Welcome to a special edition of House of Champions. I'm delighted to be joined with a legend of the game, a true champion. Oh, that is right. Yes, a World Cup winner and also a Champions League winner, Karl-Heinz Riedle. How are you doing?
Hi, fine. Thank you very much.
Hey, listen, it's great to speak with you. I know we got a lot to talk about, but let's begin with Borussia Dortmund once again on their travels to the United States of America. They play in Chicago against Chelsea on the 2nd of August. And I guess the question to you would be, how important is it for Borussia Dortmund to continue their profile here in the United States of America?
I think it's a very important market for Borussia Dortmund, and it's a special occasion to come here over to the US and especially to come over here to Chicago. There's a lot of connection, even with a lot of fans from Germany. So I think it's a really good preparation for this season. So for the players, it's it's a new season coming on, and so they are all prepared and try to get in the team. So I think it's a very good occasion for all the players, and for the club, it's very important to get more and more fans, especially over here.
Especially when you're going up against one of your former players with Christian Pulisic, now with Chelsea. It'll be a great occasion to have Christian go up against Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he did a great job for Borussia Dortmund. When we sold him, it was quite a pity, because I thought he's could still very be helpful for Borussia Dortmund. But now he made the decision to go to Chelsea, and now we have two guys, Reina on our side and Pulisic on the other side, with roots from America. So that would be really fun to watch it.
The Americans back in America. I love to see it. Now, Dortmund over the years, Karl-Heinz, they've had some great American players. If I go through some of your generation, Jovan Kirovski, Connor Casey, Neven Subotic, who was, of course, born in the United States of America. Now you've got Gio. You just mentioned his names. What do you think of the job that Gio has been doing at Borussia Dortmund?
He was very, very, very good on the beginning and even last year. But then, unfortunately, he got injured a lot of times. And always when you thought maybe he's on the go to be in the starting 11 all the time, then he got injured again. So he was very unlucky. But he still has a very good potential. I mean, he has everything what you need. He's quick. He has a good finish, good one-on-ones. So I think we will see a lot of him in the next, hopefully years with Borussia Dortmund.
Let's hope so. Let's hope he gets back fit and healthy. He's playing for Dortmund. He's playing for the USA and certainly winning trophies. Speaking of trophies, Karl-Heinz Riedle, I want to talk about the Bundesliga race this year. Dortmund have opportunities to win it. Bayern Munich not at their best. I mean, this is a crazy Bundesliga race now to the title.
It's maybe the craziest we ever had for the last 10, 15 years. Even on the bottom, it really looks terrible for at least 4 or 5 teams, so they can all go down. So it's very open. So from one point, it's very good. And on the other point, we need to break this Bayern Munich down, because, I mean, 10 titles in a row, it's a little bit boring for the Bundesliga. So Dortmund is, he's set it up. But even last weekend against Bochum, we failed to win it. Unlucky, to be honest. It didn't have nothing to do with the performance of the team, but we didn't get a penalty. It should be, and the keeper saved a lot of really good chances. So, but we're still in the race. I mean, it's 2 points. We have 3 home games and 1 away game, and Bayern has still to play against Leipzig and Cologne. So from this point, I will not give up, but it doesn't make it more easy, so that we drop the points.
You cannot give up, because you never know. I know there's not many games left, but it has been trading places. Bayern certainly not at their best, and Dortmund still have an opportunity. I'm going to show you something pretty special right now. You know, when I was playing over my career, I didn't collect so many jerseys. I didn't trade jerseys. I got a couple of good players. In my time in Germany, I got Philipp Lahm's jersey, which was a special one for me. But I like to collect the jerseys from my good friends. Now, as I mentioned his name a moment ago, how about this jersey? Does this
I
bring?
Yeah, okay, that's a good one. So I can even see this without glasses.
You can't see it, but you can see the color and you can see the jersey.
Yeah.
And this is the Champions League jersey that Jovan had, and he was a part of the team in '97, of course, when you scored 2 big goals for the football club. I mean, when you go back to this time, 1997, this was a great final. You had an unbelievable game. Then, of course, Lars scored a fabulous goal as well. What memories come back to your mind from this incredible run to lifting the Champions League?
I mean, I got this question so many times, and it was the biggest game definitely in my life, and maybe the biggest game for Borussia Dortmund so far. So we've been definitely not, we've been the outsider in this game. So Juventus Turin in this in this time was definitely the best team in the world, and but we took our chances, and we had a really good day. So, and Juventus maybe on the beginning, the first 20 minutes have been a little bit unlucky, I would say. Hit the bar, hit the post, and missed some really good chances. And then we had this 2 incredible moments when I scored the first 2, and when Lars Ricken with his 19 or 17 years came on and scored the third one. So it was fantastic. I mean, it will always remain in our minds and in the club history. So yeah, it was maybe one of the best days so far in my life as well.
So obviously competing in the Champions League is one thing. Many players dream about competing in the Champions League. You've won the Champions League. So when you talk about the Champions League, what does it mean to you personally now that you've won it and you've also played many
games
in the Champions League? What does it mean to you?
Champions League, I mean, it's the highest you can play in your playing career. The whole competition was really set up brilliantly by the UEFA, and I think it's for every player in the world. It's the maximum they can achieve, and playing there and winning is even something completely different. But it's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of quality in the Champions League.
We've noticed recently that there's been a lot of talk about maybe one day having a Champions League game or knockout game or even a Champions League final take place in the United States of America. Yeah. What would your thoughts be of something like that?
I mean, you never know what UEFA invented, but there could be a good occasion to bring even the soccer game even closer to the American population. Because, it's not the number 1 sport, but maybe things like this could help. So it would be not a bad idea to do it one day, maybe to host it in a really big city. I mean, we see when you have this, how is it called? American, the bowl.
The NFL.
The bowl, exactly. So there's massive competition. So maybe a Champions League final in America would be a good idea.
Yeah, it would be a fantastic idea for a lot of fans who, in particular, are big fans of the German clubs out here to get a chance to see their superstars play on American soil, and a Champions League game would be special. Now, I know you've been touring a lot around the United States of America. Do you have a favorite city that you've been to?
I mean, they're all nice. I mean, here, even in Chicago, so we just spent 1.5 days. But it's nice. The skyline, I like the town. And before we've been to Las Vegas, crazy city, completely different. And I have to tell the truth. We've been to San Diego and I loved it. So I think this is one of the nicest city I see so far. So yeah.
That's a good answer, and it's a perfect way to finish because I was born in San Diego. So you answered correctly right there. Karl-Heinz, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for everything you're doing for Borussia Dortmund, for the Bundesliga, for the Champions League, promoting it, and also bringing the game here to the United States of America as well. And thank you for joining us here on House of Champions. We appreciate you.